not need any special props. If you happen to like using blocks and straps, there's nothing wrong from using those today. There's places where you can definitely do that. We're going to get ourselves started laying all the way down onto our back. And just find the muscles releasing comfortably. Take huge inhales. Wonderful, relaxed exhales. Today's a nice, gentle class. Nothing strenuous, nothing hard, mostly stretching. And for the majority of the class, we're even going to be close to the ground for laying poses, seated poses, kneeling poses, those types of things. We'll come up to 1 or 2 standing things, but that's about it today. And so our theme for the last couple of days has been this theme around the earth, because yesterday was Earth Day. And so once again, we're connecting with that element of earth. And that's why we're staying so low to the ground today. Just enjoying gravity, enjoying this connection downward to this wonderful support that we have, our ground, the very earth that we're standing on and laying on. And so we'll take things nice and gentle, nice and slow today, lots of time to breathe. We'll have an extended meditation toward the end of class during the shavasana. And so here, just to help us get started, let's take 3 huge belly breaths. Inhale, we let the belly rise up. We're filling up the lungs. Exhale, lungs start to deflate, and then the belly goes down last. 2 more just like that. Huge breath into the belly. Nice exhale. Beautiful. Letting our right arm stretch all the way up toward this space above the head. We even shift the head a little bit off that left side of the mat so that the right arm can be right alongside the midline of the mat. So that deep chance to stretch the left arm, trying to get pulled downward. Both arms getting pulled in opposition. Start to feel the shoulder open, feel the neck leaning toward that left shoulder. Feel the side ribs stretching. Another easy inhale. A beautiful exhale. The head starts to make its way back toward the midline. Both arms circle up overhead like we're making a snow angel. And then the right hand travels all the way down, leaving the left hand all the way upward toward where the head is. Head even scoots a little bit off to the right to create a little bit more space for that arm and the shoulder. The right ear begins to lean over toward the right shoulder. Take a chance, a few good breaths to feel the stretch going along on this side. Another beautiful inhale. And a relaxed exhale. Begin to drop this left arm down. And then both arms swing up like that snow angel, right above head. Hands join together above the head in prayer position. And then we trace the prayer position hands all the way down the forehead, down the throat, down to the heart. Take a beautiful breath in and out. Another breath to imagine the heart inflating. It's like the heart is trying to grow 3 sizes larger. And from the largeness of the heart, we take the next inhale, and the hands press down to the ground, connecting with the earth. Exhale. Beautiful. The next inhale, our right leg begins to come inward toward the chest, hands clasped around that knee. And take a chance to just pull this right knee as deep inward toward the chest as it can move at this point in the day. Right hand stays on the right knee. The right knee goes out wide to the right. The knee comes back up above the body. Left hand takes it over. The knee goes partway to the left. It's not a full twist, just a nice chance to rock through that hip. Hip returns down, pass it back to the right hand, going wide to the right. Knee back up, over to the left. Let's take it 3 more cycles, going wide and across. Two. And with this last one, we go wide, and then we stay all the way over to the side for a nice twist. From here, this right leg begins to straighten out on the ground off to that left side. We're still in a beautiful twist. With the left hand on that right leg, we start to slide it down. So maybe we end up with the hand behind the thigh. Some of us might be able to slide the hand up toward the calf, even scooting the toes higher. Occasionally, there's people who can reach all the way to the side of the foot, leaving the leg straight. So whatever angle that is at, this is where we find ourselves. And feel how gravity is helping us here. If we were trying to stand up in this pose, it would be a very different story. We'd be wobbling, we'd be, moving all around to try to stay in balance. But because we've got earth supporting so much of our surface area, this is a chance to just breathe and stretch. Another huge inhale. And then with the exhale, leave this right leg and that left hand exactly as they are. We lift up our head for a moment as we take this right hand to try to grab the right toes. Some of us may not be able to make it, in which case just drop back down to where you were. If you can find that connection with the toes or with the ankle, once you've got that hand to the foot holding nice and firmly, begin to return the toes back to the ground and return the shoulder back to the ground. So our right side is in this straight leg stretch, while that left side is in a quadricep stretch. If you don't really feel the quadricep stretching, that's the front of the thigh, you're going to point that left knee downward, further toward the base of the mat. Continuing to rotate the shoulders open, we've got 3 major things going on all at the same time. We've got a spinal twist, we've got a straight leg stretch, so that gets into the hamstring, and we've got that bottom quad. This is one of my favorite poses because it gets 3 things so deeply all at the same time. This one's called cat chasing its tail. Let's enjoy this pose, just a few more beautiful deep breaths. Another inhale. And exhale, we begin to plant the hips back down to the earth, gradually returning them. This right leg gets another chance to stretch up to the sky. So hands are behind the leg, helping to pull that leg in even deeper than it was just a moment ago. With the ankle wants to roll around just a little bit, add some of that aspect to it. And eventually we're ready for this right leg to drop all the way down to the ground. When it's all the way down, take a moment to breathe and release, enjoying that connection of earth back into this leg. Feel almost like earth is hugging it. It's like, I'm so glad you've returned. I'm so happy for you to be back here with this chance to just release, to find a greater relaxation through that leg. So enjoy another deep breath for the right leg relaxing. Huge inhale. And a good exhale. And here we begin all of that to the other side. So this left knee begins to make its way toward the chest, clasping both hands around the knee. Take a chance just to gently pull it in. So nice to be here, to have showed up for ourselves, to have set this time aside in our day-to-day. With the COVID-19, we've got quite a few restrictions. There's a lot of things we can't do, but there's still a million things you could be doing right now. You could be watching Netflix. You could be doing work. You could be reading books. You could be coloring, doing art. There's so many things you could be doing right now, playing games on your phone, but you chose to come here. You chose to spend this time with your body. And so take a moment to say thank you for showing up for yourself. And here, let's begin to gradually open this hip up a bit more. Left hand goes on the left knee, the knee starts to trace wide. As the knee rises back up, right hand takes over, the leg begins to cross over to the right. Back into the left hand. Back into the right hand. 3 more cycles. Don't feel a need to rush. Take all the time you wish. 3. And eventually across. 2. And across. The last one, we go wide. And this time when we start to cross over the body, we stay. Give the spine lots of time to begin to sink into the twist. The best thing about this twist is gravity is doing most of the work. In fact, if you focus less on pressure, trying to force the knee down, and you have that right hand on the leg just as a little bit of added weight, gravity is able to do its job so nicely. So let that happen. That's the earth element. Gravity is what it is because earth is so spacious. It weighs so much. And so our weight in comparison to it creates this situation where we can easily walk, we can easily run, we can jump, we can play. And in this pose, we can release. Take another breath just as you are. And from here, you're welcome to just stay in this twist, or if you'd like to begin trying to extend that left leg long, begin to straighten it. Inviting the right hand to come to the back side of the leg. Maybe the right hand stays on the thigh. Maybe it travels up to the calf or all the way up to the front. Wherever you find yourself, enjoy these muscles having been brought to a whole new place, a new position to enjoy and to stay with. leave this left leg long, just like it is. Take another beautiful inhale. A nice relaxed exhale. And from here, we begin to work with the second half, if that's accessible. The second half, we take the left hand, we reach up and try to grab those right toes. And then once you have the connection, you start to relax back down. First, we melt through the legs, we melt through the foot, and then we begin to return the shoulder all the way down. If the shoulder's lifted, know that you are taking some of the stretch out of your body right there. The more we can relax, the more we incorporate all three elements of this. The twist of our spine, the straightening of the hamstring, and that bottom quad. And remember again, if you don't feel the quad, point the knee further downward. You can't help, if you do that, you can't help but suddenly feel an intense deepening of the stretch. Enjoy the support of gravity. This pose is not even really that possible as a standing pose. It is possible as a variation of half moon, but that's about it. So here, just enjoy this chance to stretch, to open, to twist. 2 more breaths flowing through our body. After that last exhale, we start to return the hips back down. We take another moment for this hamstring. So once the hips are down, left leg is still up to the sky. Go up, grab onto the back of the leg, and we start to invite the leg deeper and deeper in. Breathe into it, be with it. Maybe a few nice ankle rolls. Start to drop this leg all the way down to the ground. Take a few extra breaths. Almost like gravity and earth are starting to hug around it. There's different animations I've seen where something touches down and then it's just immediately enveloped by vines or by earth. Whatever it is, imagine that warmness starting to sink around, wrap around, and hug it. Beautiful breath into the body. Beautiful exhale. And from here, we'll work our way up toward a seated position. Roll over to the side, press into the ground to help you rise. Once we're all the way up, just resume a nice, comfortable seated position. And here we take a couple of rounds of alternate nostril breathing, helping to clear out the left channel, helping to clear out the right channel through the very use of air, which is prana or life force. And so we start off with a mudra. We take our right hand, the pointer finger and the middle finger tucked down. We have the thumb and the last 2 fingers left. The thumb is what's used whenever we're blocking off the right nostril to inhale on the left nostril. And then when we're doing all of that on the right nostril, we use the ring finger and that gentle pressure of the pinky finger against the left nostril so that the right nostril is free for that side. And so the cycle goes like this. If you want to start for this first one, that's fine, or just listen for this first one. We plug off the right nostril, we inhale through the left. Once you've inhaled, you plug off the left nostril, exhale right. Inhale right. Plug off the nostril, exhale left. And we create a pattern just like that. Inhale left. It's like a rainbow. Exhale, switch right. Inhale Inhale right, the rainbow starts on that side to return. Plug off the right, exhale left. Inhale left. We switch on any exhale, so here we plug off left, exhale right. Inhale right. Plug off right, exhale left. Let's take about 5 more rounds together. Inhale the left. Exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. Go one more round. Take the last round as slow as you can. Slow, slow inhale. Slow exhale left. Slow inhale. Oh, sorry, that was to the right. Slow inhale right. Last exhale left. Dropping the hand down to the knee or to the thigh. Let the eyes close. Feel your body shifting. That breath is so powerful at bringing ourselves into balance. We usually think of this, the balance of the left channel and the balance of the right channel. But even thinking about this with the elements in our body, the elements of air, earth, water, fire, we're brought into balance. We feel the groundedness of earth. We feel that deep inhalation, those deep lungs moving with the air. We feel the fluidity, that movement from one nostril to the left, that fluidity of water. And we feel the warmth in our body, and especially in that right arm. That's the fire. So from here, inhale, bringing both arms up to the sky. Meet your hands together. That's the air element. Exhale down through the center, down through the midline, even dropping hands all the way down to the ground. Feel that connection to earth. Beautiful. Lifting the hands up for a moment, the right leg opens out to the right. Again, circle the arms up to the sky, meeting all the way up high. Hands are in prayer position, traveling all the way down until they drop down onto the ground, forming a nice triangle with the hands. Feel that slight lean forward, starting to stretch the right leg. And if you have the capacity, start to use your breath. With any inhale, we try to straighten our spine. With any exhale, we invite the hands to slide just a little bit further. It doesn't have to be more than an inch any breath. The next inhale, from that angle, we start to straighten our spine even further. Exhale, slide out more. Inhale, find length. Exhale, maybe more distance. And at some point, you might find the edge where it doesn't want to go any further. You don't have to continue to progress past that. Just find that beautiful place to be, and then continue to let the breath flow. Deep inhales, wonderful, wonderful exhales. Let's take 3 more breath cycles. Try not to lift sitting bones at all. exhale. Here we remain in stillness wherever you found yourself. From here, we pop up onto the fingertips. This is the farthest we can reach forward. Let's begin to trace a circle. So the hands gradually inch their way over closer and closer and closer toward the right leg. Once your hands are surrounding the right leg, pause there for a few moments. Beautiful. The right hand walks just a little bit further so that the right hand is planted off to that right side, directly across from your sitting bones. Once that right hand is off to the right side, the left hand floats. We're stacking our shoulders, reaching up and over. That left hand continues to trace backwards as far as the shoulder socket can allow, until that left hand is able to plant directly behind your back. As soon as that hand is there, lift the heart up to that front left angle. Good. Both hands begin to walk themselves evenly behind you. See if the heart can rise even a little bit deeper. And then the left hand begins to inch its way directly off to the left side as the right hand comes behind you. They feel like 90-degree angles. Here we lift the heart up to that front right corner. Moving the left hand down, right hand circles up and over to that left side. Feel the long side body stretch. Gradually drop the shoulder down, reaching the hands as far over that angle of the bent knee as you can possibly extend. And then here we begin to inch our way back gradually through the center. Pause here. 3 last breaths at this beautiful place. Gradually walking the hands back inward, we prepare for all of them on the second side. We pick up this right knee, bending it in, left leg extends out long. Take a huge inhale, both arms float up to the sky, they join together above you. Hands come to touch. Trace the hands down in prayer position through your midline until hands can plant like a triangle on the ground. And here we begin our gentle flow. Inhale, straighten the spine wherever you're at. Exhale, if there's space to go further forward, trace a couple of inches forward. And repeat. Inhales, long, long spine. Exhale, sliding. New inhale. A new exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Just continue at your own breath pace. Straightening with any inhale, sliding forward with any exhale, obviously until you find your edge, whatever that is at this side. Take 3 more breaths. Exhale, find stillness for a few moments. Popping up onto the fingertips, the hands gradually start to walk leftward. Take your time, no rush. At some point, your hands will be surrounding that left leg, so find stillness here for a moment. Beautiful. Left hand finds its way right even with where the hips are, immediately off to that left side. The right shoulder begins to float. The right hand is extending up and over. Pause a good inhale, a good exhale, and then start to let that right hand trace up as far back as it can through its shoulder socket until it eventually plants immediately behind you like that 90-degree angle, hands on the ground. Heart lifts up to that front right corner. Beautiful. Hands work their way evenly planted behind you. Heart lifts up high. Switching off to the second side, right hand plants off to your right, left hand is behind you, heart lifts to this front left corner. That left hand traces through the socket, up and over toward the right side, continuing to circle down. Both hands extending long off the angle of the bent knee. And then make your return journey all the way forward. A chance to take a beautiful deep breath in. A nice relaxed exhale. Inhale, we start to walk the hands back in very tenderly, very gently. Once we're all the way up, swing both knees underneath your body. We're at a nice kneeling place. Take a few cycles of breath. Cat-cow, rounding the vertebrae up to the sky as high as they can reach. Inhale, belly down. The gaze goes all the way up. 3 more of those. Exhale. And inhale. Exhale. And inhale. Last one. Exhale. And inhale. Returning the spine back to stillness. The right hand begins to reach all the way up to the sky. Find a nice twist in your body. And then begin to thread this right arm all the way through, trying to get the shoulder to set down onto the ground. There's different variations you can play with in this pose. One option is to leave this left hand down, pressing into the earth to find the twist. Sometimes we'll take this left hand winding around our back. And my personal favorite is extending that left arm up toward the top of the mat and then walking the fingers toward that top right corner, trying to peel the spine open and getting into the shoulder stretch as well. So choose your version. We'll enjoy a few good breaths. Notice how the earth is helping you twist. It's like she's hugging you and she's helping to peel you further so that you can achieve your goals. All she ever wants for you is for you to be happy, for you to be growing, for you to be nourished. And so she provides for you. Enjoy another deep inhale. And with the exhale, we start the return journey. Eventually make your way until the left hand is in front of the face. And then press into that hand to help the spine rise. Maybe this right shoulder takes another twist up to the sky. And then right hand plants all the way down to the ground. Second side, left arm begins to stretch. Find a moment of pause. And then begin to thread that arm all the way under and through. Trying to get the shoulder to set all the way down onto the ground. And then you've got the variations. Does the right hand want to wind its way around the back? Does the right hand just want to stay in front of your face? Does the right hand want to walk up toward the top edge of the mat, inching its way leftward? Feel the breath flowing and ask your body what else is able to release, to relax, to just be. Into the body. The exhale, we start that return journey until the right hand is planted all the way in front of your face again. Once it's there, press into the right hand. Left arm unwinds until it can stretch upward. And then return that left hand down. Take a moment with downward facing dog. Tucking the toes, lifting the hips up nice and high. Any movements are absolutely allowed right here. Purposely let the feet go wide, about as wide as the mat. And then gradually start to walk your hands closer and closer toward your standing place until you end up in a nice wide leg forward fold. Ask your body, how much can I release to gravity, even here? What am I holding on to that's not helping me? Give yourself a chance to gently rock forward and backward on the toes once or twice. And rocking to the heel. Just so you can feel how your weight, how that shifting changes your relationship with gravity. Find your body weight evenly over those 2 points. And then heel toe the feet in once. You're still a little bit wider than your hips. Find that gentle rocking forward and backward on your toes again. Another time. And then find the stillness evenly through the center. Heel toe in again. Feel how the stretch is changing on the back side of the legs. It's slightly different when you go from wide to narrow. Take a few more chances to rock on the feet, forward and backward. If there's space to heel toe in one more time, do that. And find this last chance to rock. Eventually finding stillness. Take 3 extra breaths to see if there's any more muscles that can release to gravity. Inhale, we float the arms through the sides, start to rise up, arch back. Hands circle down through the midline in that prayer position until hands are in front of the heart. And here our one and only standing pose today is a nice, beautiful tree pose. Really imagining the roots starting to go down into that left leg. Left foot is grounded. Can you spread the toes wide, creating a solid base for yourself? From there, the right knee gently begins to open. Perhaps the foot climbs up to the ankle, up to the calf, never directly on the knee, but you can pick it up and put it on the thigh if that's working for you. When you're at the highest position, tune into your spine I see too many people grounded pretty solidly in their feet, but then their spine is doing this weird kind of hunched, curled over thing. The point of having a root is so that we can extend higher. We've got the support, we've got the strength, so begin to straighten through your spine, even bringing your ears right over the shoulders. And from this place, either leave hands at the heart, or maybe your branches begin to grow, reaching all the way upward, finding beautiful, beautiful growth in your tree. Take another inhale, another exhale. Inhale, gather the sky. Hands are in prayer position, joining down, traveling through the midline until hands are at the heart. We turn this right knee forward, plant the right foot down right away, growing a root. Feel the feet spread wide. Once you feel that deep connection to the earth, left knee begins to rotate open. Maybe it climbs. Ankle, calf, or thigh, never knee. Do the hands work at the heart today. If you ever need balance beam arms, that's okay. Feel the roots shooting down, embracing Mother Earth. Feel the spine growing up, embracing the sky, the air, that beautiful blanket of air that surrounds this earth, allowing us to breathe, allowing plants to breathe. If you feel it urging up within you, perhaps your branches begin to grow, extending up to a beautiful height. Can you still feel the steadfastness of your roots? Another inhale. Beautiful exhale. Inhale, gather the air. Hands are together in prayer position, traveling down slowly until hands are in front of heart. Point this left knee forward, plant this foot. And from here, step the legs super, super, super wide on the mat, way wider than before. You're gonna drop the hands down and see if the elbows can bend, letting your head get closer to the ground. It's as if your very crown also desires to grow a root. It may or may not touch today, and that's okay. Just imagine that root shooting out of the crown, jumping to the earth, being so happy to find that beautiful connection. Take a beautiful breath in. A nice exhale. And then from here, walk yourself backwards a few steps so that you're still wide off the back edge of your mat. And from here, we begin to drop down onto our inner parts of our knees for a frog pose. The legs spreading as wide as they possibly can. If you ever are on a hard floor, you can fold your mat in another time just to make it a little bit more padded for your knees. But your hips are right in line with where your knees are. And then the shins shoot straight back. So 90-degree angle at the hip and 90-degree angle at the knee. From there, sometimes staying up on hands is about all the hips can handle. Dropping down to elbows is an option. And occasionally there's people with the flexibility to even widen the elbows and get the heart and the chin closer to the ground. Don't feel like you have to. Often if people are getting into that too soon, they sacrifice where their hips are and they have to go forward to make that happen. So no adjustments allowed, but if elbows going wider and heart dropping down is available, maybe the chin rests down as well. Feel so much surface area trying to connect with earth. Take another deep breath into the body. And then with our next exhale, we start to slide forward until the hips find the ground. The feet bend, taking a few windshield wipers right behind you. Beautiful. Rolling our way around to find a nice seated place. We allow this right leg to extend in front of us. The left knee tries to tuck backwards so that the toes are a little bit wider than where the hip is. If this is not working for your knee, even sitting right here, you can elevate your hips, finding something to grab and to sit on like a bolster. If that's even not working, you can skip this pose, let the thigh rotate out and just lean forward instead, working on the hamstring. But if this rotation, if this tuck backwards is doing okay, your knee especially is very happy, then we can begin to walk backwards until our quadricep is brought into a beautiful stretch. So hands start to work their way backwards. Sometimes you're almost in a stretch here and all you need to do is tuck the tailbone under and up, and that little teeny activation brings it into the full stretch. So maybe that's all you need to do. If you're dropping down one elbow, it would be the right elbow. That's the easier one. Left elbow makes it harder. And occasionally there's people who can go all the way down onto their back. Don't feel the peer pressure to go down into this. I just want you to listen to your knee. If your knee says that it still needs more, only then you continue to progress. Otherwise, when you find your shape, that's where you're at. That's the beauty of yoga, is that we do all look different. Take another beautiful breath into the body. A beautiful exhale. One more round. Inhale. And exhale. You need to reverse every step to get back out. So elbows begin to plant. Hands begin to plant. Torso lifts up. We lean over to the right side to free out the left leg. Second side, tuck the right under and back. And again, listen to the knee the whole time. Does it want to swivel open and you just work on hamstrings instead? That's okay. If you're planning the hands behind and you just need to tuck the hips under like you're scooping ice cream, that's okay. Stay with that. Left elbow would be the first elbow to drop down if you're going there. Is that still okay? Maybe right elbow. And maybe all the way onto our backs. Feeling this chance to be with gravity. How much is she able to hug around you and just love on you? And how much are you in the receptive state to receive that love? Take 2 more beautiful breaths into the body. Gradually reverse our way back up and out, elbows planting, hands planting, leg frees its way all the way forward. And here we return all the way down onto our backs. We're allowed a last pose or 2. And so whatever intuitively feels good in your body, that's where we explore. So for instance, some people might just take another twist to the left and to the right. And some of us might be up in happy baby pose, grabbing the outside edges of feet, finding any sorts of wiggles and movements that feel the most helpful to the body. Perhaps rocking left, rocking right. Perhaps giving the hamstrings one last chance to stretch all the way up to the sky. And then the other. Feel this beautiful extension. Keep on going until you're ready for your eventual release. When you have found your way down onto your back, take one last chance to circle the arms all the way up above your body, joining the hands in prayer position. Hands travel through the midline, all the way down to the heart. And then I'd like you to choose one hand to place on the heart for our shavasana today, and one hand to place on the earth. From this beautiful position of connecting to your heart space and to the groundedness of beautiful Mother Earth, this is where we begin our meditation for today. I'll guide you into this meditation in this beautiful shavasana pose. All you have to do is keep on breathing and listen to my voice as I guide us through. With this hand on the heart and with the hand on the ground, begin to feel your breath introducing more love into your body. It's as if the hand on the heart brings that focused energy growth right to this beautiful central part of our being. And so with every deep breath in we take, the amount of love that's right underneath this hand is growing, and it feels practically tangible. It feels like a warmth spreading through your system. Each breath, it's getting yet bigger and bigger. More and more present, more and more tangible, more real for you. And this love that we're breathing into our heart space is beginning to get so big that it can't be confined by the walls of our skin any longer. And so as we take the next huge breath in, the love begins to expand outward like an aura all the way around us. And with each breath, this aura grows yet larger and larger. How big does this aura of love wish to grow for you today? Maybe it's as big as 6 feet out away from you. Maybe it's as big as the room. Some people might even expand it quite a bit further than this, as big as the neighborhood, as big as the city, the state, the country, maybe the world. Don't feel any pressure to extend your aura of love that you're breathing in beyond what it wants to. But ask it, how deep, how far, how wide do you wish to go today? And breathe into that area, expanding that fullness of love with each and every breath. And as we're so filled with love, we begin to shift toward gratitude naturally. Think of a person that you're grateful for. Think of an object you're grateful for. Think of a place you're grateful for. Think of a time you're grateful for. And notice how this aura of love is filled with a deeper kind of richness as we focus on gratitude. And this gratitude begins to shift to the earth. Gratitude at all that she does to sustain you. Gratitude for the seasons that she spins constantly, to allow one place to not get too hot or too cold, to allow there to be change in our lives. Gratitude for the spin, creating night and day, placing a natural time, a natural break in our cycle of time where we can rest and rejuvenate. Gratitude that she spins around the sun, that we can receive the sun's warmth, all of that energy. Gratitude for that blanket of air around her that we can breathe in. Gratitude for the water that freely runs across her surface, she freely gives to us. Gratitude for the solidness that allows us to move and to walk. Gratitude for the nutrients she freely feeds up through the plants, trickling their way down to you. So much gratitude. And take a moment, even with your eyes closed, to find a way to sense her, or to sense that which she sustains. Sensing through the hearing, smell, sensations, gravity, even realizing the very clothing touching you came from her. Such gratitude. And so here we finish this meditation with a simple mantra that I'll repeat gently 3 times. Healing the earth begins with my own healing. Love on the planet begins with a love in my own heart. Healing the earth begins with my own healing. Love on the planet begins with the love in my own heart. Healing the earth begins with my own healing. Love on the planet begins with the love in my own heart. Take 3 more breaths just to feel the energy of those words shift something within us, perhaps shifting our own DNA. Another beautiful breath into our body, filling ourselves from the inside out. And after the exhale, we begin to introduce little movements back to fingers and toes, ankles and wrists, stretching out like we're waking up first thing in the morning. Eventually rolling over to the side on a beautiful fetal position. Enjoying another luxurious breath or 2, sitting off to the side until you feel ready to join me in a comfortable seated place. And as we're up, we join our hands together in front of the heart. Even taking a beautiful inhale, circling up to the sky. Exhale, feel that energy travel downward toward the earth that supports us. And with this love, as the hands join right in front of our heart, with this love to lead us forward, and with this healing to lead us forward, we wrap up the beautiful time we got to share together with the sound of Om. Inhaling together now. Om. May we be filled with light and happiness and peace. Namaste.